Okay, we're back with another one. Our guest star is still here. We're kind of running a series here. It's working out real good. He's a natural on the camera.
He is.
Eli,
He is.
Pete's brother.
Yeah.
So,
do you like doing this stuff?
Yeah, it's my first time doing anything like this. I mean,
yeah.
it's pretty fun.
It's
you
cool.
guys.
It's cool.
Well, me and Pete have talked about this before. You know, our work schedules are a little erratic, so we got to film a few videos back to back. It is New Year's Eve. It is a good time. We're getting together. So it's a good time to try out a couple of different products. And we got another one here today.
What do we have?
This is a limited release.
It's not Crown Royal, is it?
Oh, you know what? Let me take a look. Oh my gosh. It is Crown Royal.
Whoa.
You wouldn't believe it.
I am shocked.
Yeah, I am shocked as well. It is a Crown Royal. Take a look at the bottle. Noble Collection Barley Edition. Now, this is something very special. This is the 7th expression, actually, of this particular collection, okay? And this is going to have strong notes, accordingly to what the bottle says, from the oak barrels. I don't know what else to say about it.
Malted and unmalted
Yes,
barley.
it is a malted and unmalted barley, which is what makes the Barley Edition special.
I think it's going to taste like beer.
I got a feeling it's going to taste like beer.
What do you think?
I've got no opinion. I've never had a drink with unmalted barley, I suppose.
So you know what? When we're saying Crown Royal and we're saying beer, you know what that brings me back to? The Crown Royal sodas in a can. Because, I gotta tell you, there we got the can right there. That reminded me of, you know what? We're out tailgating and your buddies are drinking a beer. Well, I don't like beer a whole lot.
Well, okay.
So I have my Crown Royal soda.
It's okay. Let me stop you there.
Oh, yeah.
I could see that with this if it was an entry-level bottle. This is not an entry-level bottle.
That's true. This was not free.
This was about 2.5 times an original bottle.
Yeah, this is a spendy bottle. It is a limited release. It is the 7th expression. They only make so many of these every year. And this is the 7th time they've done it. I mean, you get it or it's gone, you know. I mean, this is not a guy you can just pick up any time of the year. You got to get it or it's gone.
Yeah. Well, let me just tell you guys, we are not affiliated or sponsored by Crown Royal. But if you guys...
Hey, she goes down.
If you're watching, hit us up.
Crown Royal.
I've bought a lot of your products, and I enjoy most of them.
We do. We're pretty fair and we're pretty solid about our reviews. And our reviews are pretty favorable to Crown Royal products. So Crown Royal, yay! Hit us up.
Whoop, whoop.
Well, hey, you're the guest. Pop this guy open. She's heavy. She's a hefty bottle.
Whoa.
It's a cool box.
Show them the sack. Oh, yes.
The sack is always important.
It's a little different. The top's coming out of it.
Okay.
You notice that?
Well, let's get here. Here's the lid. Look at that. Here, let me
Metal.
pop this guy up there quick. It is. It's a very different box. It's not like the standard square boxes you're going to get. It is definitely a different box. It's very cool.
Oh, look at that bottle.
Look at that.
Ooh, it's even got a cork. You know it's good when they got the cork.
Get this guy in here. Oh, yeah.
And what I really like is take a look at the bottom. You know, you've got that stylized kind of, that's not exactly a diamond pattern, but it's very cool.
It's unique.
It is cool.
Compared to a normal bottle.
Right. Yes. Let's see here. I got that knife.
Oh, is this one as hard as the last couple?
Well, I will tell you this. Crown Royal, you do a dang good job of sealing up your bottles.
What is this purple seal on the top? I've never seen that before.
I have not seen that either on a Crown Royal
Limited
bottle.
release.
Yeah.
You know, that reminds me of back in the day, whiskey bottles and different things would have remember the red label on them.
Whoa. Ooh,
There
I
we
like
are.
how short this one is. It's a stubby.
It's a nice looking bottle.
Don't spill it.
If you're going to spill it into my cup.
Right.
What do you think of those cups? glasses.
I like them. They're kind of tapered at the top, so you can get a good whiff of the stuff.
Well, and
I think they're the right size, too.
Yeah, I like them a lot. And you know what? I tell you what, you got a bigger base down there. So if you are somebody that likes your whiskey stone, you like to keep things cold, you've got a little more volume on the bottom to fit a few more whiskey stones in the bottom to really kind of chill your drink. I mean, I think the shape is great.
Wow.
And hey, you know what? You can slosh it around a little bit without a worry of it spilling out.
Wow, that is different.
That's a strong smell.
It's a strong one.
You know what? This does not smell like an apple.
It does not
smell like a caramel.
It doesn't smell like beer either.
This is straight whiskey right here.
I was about to say, it smells more like your typical whiskey.
I gotta tell you, this almost smells a little stronger than what I'm used to. What is the proof on this guy? What does it say?
I think it's 90 proof, 45%.
Okay.
Yep, you're right.
It is. So it's actually a little stronger than a lot of the Crown Royal products. Well, you know, I will say at least of the flavored Crown Royal products. It is definitely stronger than any of the flavored, you know, the blackberry, the apple, any of those kind of things, peach, vanilla that we've tried. Well, we haven't tried the vanilla, but the salted caramel.
I'm a little intimidated by this, not going to lie. It's got a strong fragrance.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, I have done a fair amount of painting in my life. I've used a fair amount of turpentine in my life because, unfortunately, mistakes do occur, and the smell is not particularly different.
Would you say it's pleasant?
It's not a pleasant smell.
It's not a pleasant smell.
It's not a pleasant smell. I'm gonna be honest about that now.
All right, I'm going to stop sniffing it.
There's a lot of whiskeys I do enjoy the smell. This one is actually a little bit rough. With that being said, pinky's up. Let's get it on.
Oh.
So that's rougher. If you're not an everyday whiskey drinker, that's going to knock you out.
I can't breathe.
Yeah, I can understand that. I drink a fair amount of whiskey, so I can tell you, I can get that down without gasping. What most people are not going to be able to. That sucker is rough.
That is for big boys, and I guess I'm not a big boy.
Well,
oh my,
it's rough.
Oh.
Well, I thought it smelled more like a traditional, you know, whiskeys, bourbon, and I'd say it tastes like it too, except it's a little smoother. So.
You think that's a little smoother, really?
Like your normal bourbon or whiskey, you know.
Well, I'm just, you know what? I just feel like I'm the odd man out tonight because, you know what? Here's what I'm going to say. I like Lord Calvert because it's cheap and I can get a 175 for $13.99 at the liquor store. And it is the worst damn whiskey you can get your hands on. And I feel like it tastes the same. I hate to say that.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I hate to say that. I feel like this is equivalent to some of the worst whiskey I've ever drank in my life. I think I can get it down, but I don't think it's smooth-wise. I think there's an oak flavor that's very strong, which you're not going to pick up in a Lord Calvert. But the fucking but the harshness, I think, is next level.
I don't like this. I would not buy it again. I think if you could picture, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but if a real man's whiskey, this would be a real man's whiskey. This is strong. This is.
I feel like this is a fighting man's whiskey here.
And this is going to mess you up. I don't care for this.
Let's take another one.
No, I'm good.
Are you good?
I'm good.
Well,
I could barely get the first one down.
I just want to kind of you want another one? Let's do it. Let's do a little something. I'm gonna take this one real slow. Because here's what interests me. Here's what interests me with this. Can I see the box again there, Pete? A blend distilled from unmalted and malted barley grain. Okay, so being that it's right off the bat, you start talking about malted anything. I'm expecting it to be a little harsh, okay? I start thinking about Mickey's, 40s. I start thinking about Schlitz Ice 40s.
40s.
You know, I start thinking about malt liquor. Malt liquor isn't a smooth liquor. You know, it's harsh.
I'm kind of getting a beer taste now.
Yes.
A little bit.
But here's what interested me. When I was reading it, it said produced, carefully aged in American white oak barrels to enhance the unique taste of barley and bring life a complexity of flavor. So I will tell you this. Did you feel like you were getting some oak hits in there?
I was.
So I noticed that too. I did notice, and I will say this from Original Crown Royal, I don't notice oak hits in Original Crown Royal particularly. Even though I know Crown Royal is always done in an oak barrel, I don't know that it stands out in flavor, the oakness. But I do feel like this had a stronger oaky flavor. But I feel like the malt overpowered it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, I almost feel like the malt just ran the train right over the top of the oak barrel, you know?
But you know what's crazy? We've done all these reviews on Crown Royal. We've never done the OG original. Just the straight up Crown
That is
Royal.
strange. No, we haven't. It's not horrible. I don't know. It's not the worst thing I've ever had.
Yeah, I would say if you like the fruity ones and aren't a big, plain old corn whiskey kind of guy or girl.
I hate to say I don't shoot my whiskey, but
This
I'm
is
doing
more
it.
of a normal whiskey. I mean, it's high quality, limited release. I kind of like it.
Do you
All
think
right.
now? Okay, so you drink some regular Crown Royal. I mean, that's kind of a drink. I know
Bourbon.
Pete had mentioned that's kind of your drink.
More of
Kind of that direction,
different
anyway.
kind of whiskeys,
Yeah.
What
You
would
comparing this to other drinks you drank? I mean,
Yeah, what would you compare this to? A bourbon.
Oh, let's see here. Well, I'll do a Willet pot still. I mean, pretty much any whiskey that's not flavored, just the regular ingredients.
sure.
Forget what they are. Rye, malted barley, and
Yeah.
corn, I think.
Yeah, that's the deal.
Yeah, this is it. Normally they're super rough, and this one is actually surprisingly smooth if you're used to doing them.
Maybe I wouldn't like the OG Crown.
Well, I gotta tell you.
I guess I'm a fruity kind of guy. Don't think too much into that.
I will drink a bottle of sour mash if you give it to me because it's Wednesday and my back hurts and I gotta go to work tomorrow and I will get her down. But that doesn't mean I like it. But I will take her down. And I hate to say, this is better than that, but I don't think it's greatly better than that. I just, at this point in time, we've had some really great Crown Royals. And so maybe that's, I hate to say this, I am so afraid this is happening. We talked about this. What happens when you drink a $250 bottle of whiskey and then you drink whiskey that, I'm sorry, I really honestly, my honest opinion is this is Lord Calvert for $13.99. I'm not tasting a great deal of difference. What happens when you take a $250 bottle of whiskey and you compare it to what you can afford on a normal basis? Is it going to ruin your life? It might have destroyed my life.
Well, okay.
God, I would hate to be sober.
My opinion on this is, it was like $80,
It's not the worst thing I've ever had.
but I would prefer just any other Crown over this.
Would you take, what about the Fireball and drinking it all the time? You had a Fireball the other day.
I would take the Fireball.
That's
over
what I'm
this.
saying.
Wow.
It's $23.99 for a 175 Fireball anywhere, all the time, every day.
But we also had that super expensive bottle
That's what I mean.
And I would
How
take,
did that skew us?
I would take that over this, but I
Well-
wouldn't take this at all. I don't think I'll.
The smell I feel like is turpentine. I'll just, you know what?
All right, so
I don't know what to tell you. I unfortunately, I'm sorry. I cannot get past the fact that I just simply don't like it. It's not great, in my opinion.
I don't think it's that good.
I mean,
either.
Eli, you thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah, I do. Still do.
You know
So,
what?
On our scale,
There's
what would
been a
you give
fair
it?
difference amount of opinion here tonight, which that's a good thing too,
Yeah.
though. You know, that's the whole point because you have to try things for yourself. You got to put yourself out there.
Well, are we considering price in this?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think you have to.
For the price,
I think you have
what would
to.
you give it?
Well, I think they mark it up a little bit because it's Crown Royal. You can get another bottle that tastes similar to this for probably close to half the price, maybe. It is smooth for, your normal whiskey flavors.
Can I interrupt you for a minute? Because I want to say something that I just read on this bottle that maybe changes everyone's opinion.
Okay.
Okay. I want to read this whole paragraph here. So everybody pay attention to this. Carefully crafted for a one-of-a-kind experience. This whiskey reveals spicy notes of toasted oak. Yeah, maybe, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hit that. I can get the toasted oats. Or oak, yeah. And sweet caramel. We getting sweet caramel? Anybody?
No.
Not really.
No. Okay, so let's continue on, okay? Sweet caramel, while complemented by an aroma of creamy vanilla and fruity green apple. Well, let me tell you about a little something that's called Not Reality. We just had the finest of green apple that exists. I promise you. What are you talking about? Crown Royal.
I don't get apple in there.
It's not as strong as the apple, that's for sure.
When did apple start smelling like turpentine? Here, both of you, let me pass this about. Tell me where the apple is. Aroma of apple. What are you talking about?
I don't know if that's
Complemented by a creamy vanilla and fruity green apple. Where is vanilla or green apple in there?
No.
What are you talking about? There's no. That's
All I
not a
smell
real
is barley.
thing.
Barley.
Now
That's-
I'm gonna just. You
all
know
I get.
what? I'm just gonna do a little something. I'm just gonna just a dash. I don't want. I just. You know what? Just enough to. What are we talking about here? Creamy vanilla and fruity green apple with a well-rounded, lasting finish. Come on, guys.
I think that's a stretch on this one. I think
That's
it's a
straight
stretch.
turpentine.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swish her around. I'm going to put the pinky up. I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to think in my head, vanilla, green apple. Vanilla, green apple. Vanilla, green apple. We're going to get her down, and I'm going to taste vanilla, green apple, right? Vanilla, green apple.
I want to smell it, but
God.
can't really tell, I suppose.
It's getting worse as I'm drinking it.
All right, so for the price, what are you thinking?
I
Realistically,
think it's a boss, man.
Depends
I'm
how much-
sorry. You know, I know it sucks when you buy a bottle of liquor. I think it's overpriced. I think this one's overpriced. I mean, that's my opinion.
It all depends on how much you make. I mean, if you're just an everyday normal guy, you might get this, once a year, maybe. It's probably a 6. 6 out of 10.
for the price, I'm going to give it a 2.
I'm going to give it a solid 2, man. I'm going to jump right behind you on that. That's where my number was.
I was expecting more from a higher price bottle.
That's what I'm saying.
I can get that. I mean,
Like I say, the Lord frickin' Calvert for
Right,
$12.99, $13.99 at your local liquor store. Lord Calvert and $1.75. Sour mash gut crap. You know, I mean, I don't think it's a whole lot different, to be honest.
Well, like we talked about earlier
I don't know.
in other videos, I mean, there's going to be the best and there's going to be ones that aren't the best. And for me, this just isn't. If you like it, great. It's just not for me.
But here's the other thing that's so interesting. Now, we've done a few videos, and you and me particularly have had some different tastes. And Pete, you're his brother. It's kind of been similar, aligned a little bit. But there has been some differences in taste between different people. And I think that's important to note. Because just because I don't necessarily like this product doesn't mean you won't like that product.
Right.
That's what's so interesting.
And we're not trying to just,
No,
tell
it's
anyone,
an honest review. I mean, that's the deal. We've said that from the beginning.
Right. I'm not trying to discourage anybody from trying.
No,
this.
absolutely not.
By all means, try them. And if you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't.
If this is in your bucket list, if you love Crown Royal, you got the money to buy this guy, get her done. Put her under the belt.
Yep.
Taste it out. Try it out. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
You don't know until you try.
No,
it.
and I don't think you're gonna be. I don't think you're gonna be foul for trying it. You know what I mean? I think everyone's taste is different, and unfortunately, my taste doesn't align with this product. This isn't for me. Maybe it's for you, Pete. Maybe it's not for you. Nope. That's the deal. Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm gonna rest on my 2.
I'm gonna give it a 2. I just thought for the price, I was gonna get something a little different.
Wow, we've been there with the Crown Royal. We've been there and we've been knocked out of the park. Hey.
Well, I mean, if you've had
I'm feeling tipsy.
If you like it, tell us about it. Give me a comment. Tell us a story. Share the video out. Subscribe. Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear it.
You know what? And what do you think? What's your final opinion on the product?
Okay, well, if you like whiskey and you haven't tried it, I would say give it a try. It's worth a try.
It's worth a try. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, you know what? Everybody has a different taste.
I'm glad I bought the bottle just so now we know.
Oh yeah.
Would I buy it again personally? No, but
if I'd drink it, I mean, because I like to drink. But would I pay that much for it? No.
Yeah, it's got to be like maybe a once in a year or every 5-year kind of deal. I wouldn't continuously buy it, Yeah.
Because of the flavor? Well, so let me ask you this. Let's clarify this. Because you rated this higher than either me or Pete. Would you not buy this because of the price or because of the flavor?
Price, 100%.
Okay, that's where we're at. And that's where I'm at with it.
What do you think a good price on that would be?
Probably $50 to $60.
Okay, you think there's a moderate level whiskey bottle. Yeah. Not a premium price.
Right. It feels $50. I mean.
Yeah, it feels premium, but not, extra level. I understand that 100%. I cannot. I guess I can't disagree with that now. Yeah. I guess that's where we are.
All right, guys.
All right, cool.
Well, I think that's what we got for this week. So
I think so.
Catch you on the next one.
All right, peace out.
Later.